Again, it's me. I managed to squeeze in a super late stream, but it's still technically the 27th, right? So it still counts for being a stream that happened today. Anyway, alright, so we're in 1995 is where we left off. We are about to hit a wall. The heads up, because we're going to start hitting newer games that are running on Windows, and I do have some of those games on Steam, so I'll see what I can do with that. I keep thinking that, there's ways for me to get around this stuff. Actually, let's try this out. Let's oops, I should have just gone to whatever. We'll go with this one here. I haven't launched the desktop client for this in a long time. Fucking Windows 11. Taskbar settings. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Launchbox knew what I was trying to do. Where is the option to hide? There we go. Make that less annoying. All right. Launchbox. This is the free one. I saw people using this thing, with arcade machines and stuff like that. I was like, oh, let me get this. I was interested in it. To me, it's worth it even using it on your PC. There's actually an Android port of, I think it's Big Box specifically. Like if you buy the license, I think you can use your license from this version. It's just your license, so you have to hold on to it basically. But you can transfer between versions. Like it gives you updates like, oh hey, we have a new version for whatever, and that's super cool to me. Anyway, so next up, I don't think I have this ROM, so we'll have to probably go with the arcade game. I can't imagine I have this game. We are looking for. See, part of the reason I use the big box interface is because if I'm streaming, I like just having my hands off and just using the controller here. Yeah, so we got Spyro. No, we're gonna have to go to the arcade. Watch this shit take forever to load. Maybe it's under fighting games. Maybe y'all get lucky. I refuse to believe, as much as I love my fighting games, I refuse to believe that the number. This is flying games. I just wonder why there's so many. Number 10 is Worms for 1995. Number 9 is still loading. Almost there. Right here, Soul Edge. How? Explain yourself. I loved Soul Edge. I bought Soul Edge from a pawn shop on the PS1 before Soul Calibur came out. I think it was like 1997, 98 or something like that. I just saw the name and it looked cool, and I had just got a PlayStation. Is this going to be a problem too? Damn you. This is open in here. That would be cool if it did. I doubt it does though. I definitely have this ROM. I can guarantee that. Here we go. But yeah, I remember getting this game. Soul Blade. Sorry, it was Soul Blade in the US. And I had friends at the time that were super into fighting games. They all love Street Fighter and stuff. None of us were really good. Like some of us could, consistently do fireballs, like Hadoukens and stuff like that. But we couldn't do anything. Like if you want us to do a Shoryuken, like maybe 1 in 5 tries we'll get it. But we loved playing them together. And we didn't get into Tekken so much, which is weird. Or any of the 3D games. I guess because we just didn't have the consoles. We all had N64s at the time. But when I got my PS1, got this. Doing a mirror match is my first match. It was just super cool. It was, by this point I think I had played Soul Calibur. Or not Soul Calibur, Samurai Showdown. And it was like, it's a 3D fighting game for the people that made Tekken. It's not the love. You got hot babes. Look at that. Wow, she's hot. She's a babe. She's a girl in a fighting game in the 90s. That's what they all were. I feel like a criminal, man. I don't play fighting games with a controller. The only ones I can, I can kind of play King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat, and then like, I guess I can play Tekken okay. The problem with Tekken ends up being like just the input for some of the combos. Oh man, remember there's a kick button. My controls are not. Again, I use sticks whenever I play fighting games. So like, right now this isn't even the controls they use in the Soul Calibur. I'm using an Xbox controller, so it looks like X is horizontal, A is vertical, Y is kick, and then B is block. Time out, do this thing. There we go. There we go. Use the clock. Oh no! Oh man. Being outed. 8, 7. Welcome to the stage of history. It's funny seeing who is and isn't here and like how the characters look compared to when they end up looking as time goes on. Battle 1, fight. Knockout. You lose. Battle. She just straight up looks like she has nipples drawn in the front of her outfit now. Instead of being like, "I check out the crazy boob physics." She's like, here's some nipples." Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Mitsurugi. You win. Final battle. Fight. Amazing. Oh my goodness. I don't understand how she's getting the... How do you do the sidestep here? I don't know. Alright, whatever. Okay, I'm about to lose too much time to this game. Here we go. Anyway, Soul Edge is pretty cool. Especially as a... like, seeing where Soul Calibur comes from, and you know, the whole series now. I think they're up to, what is it, Soul Calibur 5, 6? The fucking last one had the fucking... yeah, it's 6 because it had the dumbass reversal edge system. This is the one system they had in those games that I hate. I don't think Soul Calibur and Edge are the most fun games to watch, but they're a lot of fun to play. I know they have depth there too. I just, you know, I'm no good at them, so I hate on them all the time. Even when I do fine, I just feel bad about it. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Let's see if I can get anything done here. I don't think I have the game that is here. Yeah. Okay, so number 8 would have been Full Throttle. Number 7, which I would love to have the PlayStation version of this game. I probably don't. It's fucked up because I have it on my little handheld thing here. The other fighting game. Right here. Right here. This is the game that introduced me to Tekken and the PlayStation. This is the game that I'm going to give PlayStation a shot. Because for me, being a Nintendo kid, like, who would play something called a PlayStation? That sounds stupid. For babies. And then fucking look at the biggest consoles now. Nintendo is the baby console. I was convinced the N64 was for cool kids. That and the Saturn. Wait for the spaghetti hairs. Wait, spaghetti hair. Fucking pasta hair. Oh, look at her. She's so hot. Look at that. Look at this. She's got stockings. Oh, look at that. Look at that hair. Individual strands of hair. Man, that blew my mind. This part of the song too, and then seeing this guy and be like, man, this guy looks so much cooler than Fei Long. Law looks cooler than Fei Long. Yo, this game's got drunks. Oh man, this game's amazing. Oh shit, animals. One of the cool things about the Tekken games is, you know, this was I played Virtua Fighter. Didn't think anything with Tekken 3. I must be running this in hours. Didn't think anything about the Tekken series really until I was at this kid's party, and then we played Tekken 2 all night, and unlocking, it was specifically unlocking Angel, Devil, whatever. Seeing those two characters and just having these crazy ass laser battles was so fucking neat. It was so cool. But yeah, if you go back and you play Tekken, none of these characters, the closest I have to like a person I would use now, I used to use her half of these characters I used to use, but like at some point I just changed. I kept changing mains. There are moves that they have in these games. And it's like it's a different thing. It's kind of like if you go back and you play, like, if you play Street Fighter 5 and you go back and you play like Street Fighter 2, and there are moves that are still there that kind of fundamentally work the same, but they're a little bit different. This game has a lot of that. Like Paul still has that little combo right there. Hey yo! You still have the ability to do jumpers. It's just that in Tekken 2, even though it's a 3D game, your character moves in 3D. Like you see how he just got knocked into the foreground, he can roll into the foreground. But you don't have 3D movement. Hey yo! You win. Yeah, man. Tekken 2 is so good. Tekken 1 is rough. I think Tekken 2 is really good. I think Tekken 3 is also like so fucking phenomenal. The fact that they got that game at like their third game in the series, like, oh, this lays the ground for every single modern Tekken is incredible. Oh snap! Got the noogie. Got the noogie. The timing though. The timing on that. Oh, the fucking timing on that was too long.
Round 2. Fight. Perfect.
Look at that, man. There's like 3 hits in that entire fight. Because that move right there, I don't know if it's a counter hit or just whatever, it just does so much damage in this game.
Yeah. Final round. Fight.
It doesn't help, you know, that he lunges forward when he does it too to give you extra distance. I remember asking friends, you know, whenever somebody would do that, we had no clue. It was like, how do you do the dragon punch? Fucking fundamentally broken move. If you hit that shit, it's got a long start of it, man. Like, why wouldn't you go for it? Especially at a party with like friends. I don't think it hits off the ground in this game. I think he was up. He was
Round 2. Fight. You win. Round
good.
1. Fight.
Jack throws. It's not as bad as it gets later where he's just, because he's a robot, he just twists his entire torso. That shit kills me. Oh, like somebody explained that punch right there was a mid. Nice. Hit you with the same move twice.
Round 2. Fight.
Halfway there. Take it.
You win.
Who's next? We're not finishing this fucking thing. Yeah, Lei.
Round 1.
Lei was new.
Fight.
To me, it's weird because whenever I think of Lei, I always think of Tekken 3, but he's here. And what it is about him is that in 3, I don't think he has it here. I don't think he's gonna idle. When he idles in Tekken 3, he has that weird, like, he kind of like shifts back and forth stance, and it makes use of the, you know, 3D movement.
Perfect.
You don't get that here. He's just kind of like, he's shifting. Yeah, he's doing it over here, I guess. But at least these things in some of the games where it's like, oh, you have to like, think, like, you know, he stands still for too long. It's like, oh, you have to like attack a little bit hard. Nice. Oh man, there we go. One more.
Final round. Fight.
You're fucking up the input there. I don't feel like Lei becomes like annoying-ish until the next game. When you get to Tekken 3 is when he gets all the weird, like, I got my back turn moves, I got my laying on the ground moves, like, he's got some of that stuff here, but not as much. Anyway, Tekken 2, great game. That's the 7th game. It looks like 1995 is just a year for fighting games. I guess, you know, for me, the arcade was still a really big deal. Like, I couldn't drive. It was fucking, I don't know, like what, it must have been like 8 years old. But I remember, you know, asking my parents to take me to the arcade whenever they could. It was attached to a bowling alley. Either I get to go there or maybe I get to go to Chuck E. Cheese every few months if I'm lucky, if I do good in school. But here we go. Is this 3? This is 3. Yeah, right here. This was the game. Alright, so, man, this is the arcade version again. I kind of want to load the Super Nintendo version or something. I think I'll do that. I'll just do that, because I don't feel like dealing with the controls. We will go with the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat 3. this is also important to me because up to this point, I thought, the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo were like head to head. I had a Sega Genesis first, then I got my Super Nintendo. And I was convinced like, oh, the Sega's got to be better because it's got blast processing. And then this game here, I played it on Super Nintendo. And I remember, I think that was... I'm trying to remember what the stupid code was. I think it's an Ultimate, I don't know. It's like... I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I remember seeing this game, playing on Super Nintendo, and then like going to a video store, and they had the game was on the kiosk there, and it was like, why does it look like that? Like they had to change the colors and everything. Like this version, if you play the arcade version, this doesn't look great. This also, they brought in this fucking Sub-Zero, and Liu Kang looks all weird, and who the fuck is this robot man? And what? Where's Johnny Cage? Where's my favorite character, Johnny Cage? Like, nah, they're all gone.
Sub-Zero.
Cyrax. I'm not good at 3. I'm like not great at 2. I can play the modern games, but I'm not great at like 3 or 4 Ultimate or whatever. Cabal. It's been really fascinating, because I played it back in the day, like hearing stories about like, oh, it's this character, this is what this character is. Man. Good job. Good job, computer.
Round 2.
I didn't like this stuff back in the day, but like as I got older, I came to the conclusion like, oh yes, one of my favorite types of characters to play in a fighting game is a character that has like stuff. So I feel like if I ever went back and like got good at this game, this right here would be my go-to. It's obviously not gonna work with a fucking computer. Why would they fall for anything? They're a computer.
Sub-Zero wins.
Suck it, nerd.
Round 3.
This game added in. Can I pause it? Can't pause it. It has the. So you got the realistic graphics. They changed the settings, so instead of being like super fantastic looking settings, like you're fucking fighting in a city, which makes sense for the tournament, but whatever. They also added in characters change, of course. Sub-Zero got that move because he's a different Sub-Zero. This is also, who's the boss here? You gotta fight, is it Motaro, the horsey man? Which was a new thing. It's like, oh man, you gotta fight like a centaur. Wow, that guy's cool. The run combos, the dial-up combo system is new here. Like Mortal Kombat 2, from what I remember, it's got combos that people can do. I didn't know you could do them, but you learn how to do combos. You're like, how does this system work? This game does have some of that stuff too. Like, you can maybe hit somebody and then cancel that hit into a special move, but you end up using a lot of their like pre-built combos. And if I remember right, this game has combos that don't necessarily make sense. It's like, oh, all right, so you press like punch, punch, whatever, low punch, and then like back and block to do like the last hit on certain things. It's weird. But anyway, back then when this game was new, that was just like, oh man, you know the code for it. You know how to do this. Which is, part of the fun. But now, it's like, why the fuck would that be how you do any move? It doesn't even make any sense. There's nothing in the game that's like that. I thought Cabal was a really lame new character, and what's been really good is like I really do appreciate the fact that people that love fucking Mortal Kombat really love these games, and hearing them talk about like, oh, Cabal is like one of the best characters, like him and like I think we added, is it Smoke? Maybe it's Human Smoke in Ultimate. This is also, I guess this is the origin officially of like,
Wins.
oh yes, Mortal Kombat projectiles. Duck under them. If you block the hit and you take chip damage. But if you can duck under the fireball, you're clear. Which is the thing that has always bothered me about Mortal Kombat. I didn't know that until I was like halfway through Mortal Kombat 9 being out and around. It's like, oh, that's weird. Got a soft spot for Striker.
Cyrax. Round one. Fight.
I'm rather booted with this little boy.
Cyrax wins. Round two. Fight.
Okay. I don't remember any of the moves in this game though. We're gonna keep on moseying on. I'm trying to like think is like all the inputs I have are mixed up from what's it called? Ooh, look, I've got a Windows section. Oh no. That's just my Steam library. I forgot about that. All right, cool. Caught that in time. That's oh no, it's just regular Command and Conquer. I only have Red Alert. Oh man. Oh man. Red Alert's gotta be on this next list, right? It's not. Wow. Whatever. Number 5 is Command and Conquer. Number 4, maybe I have this game, but I doubt it. This game, yeah, there it is. There it is, Warcraft 2. I remember getting this game from, whoops, some store. It must have been like a Microsoft or something. And it was just because all of my friends were playing Warcraft 3, and I think I had downloaded, back in the day, I had downloaded like an ISO of Warcraft 1 and 2. And tried them out, but didn't think anything special about them. And then all of a sudden, fucking Warcraft 3 became the biggest thing on the world, and then that led to Dota and League, which we're still dealing with. It's been fucking over 20 years, man. Damn it. I can't do anything there. Oh man, I was so close. I don't think there's any sort of CD crack here. Game folder. Where's Warhead? I'm not about to sit here and install fucking Warcraft 2. I'm sorry. Anyway, Warcraft 2. Number 5. Number 5 was Command and Conquer. Number 4 is Warcraft 2. Number 3, here's a game I can actually load. Equal to one of the games I think I was playing yesterday for a little bit. The best one of the series, at least the originals. I don't know how the new games are. Volume button on my phone is fucked. It keeps randomly going up and down. We're good. What is that? We don't remember that at all. I haven't finished Donkey Kong Country 2 in forever. I remember this. Wow. That actually almost kind of hurts my eyes looking at that. The bees have... The hornets have larvae? I don't know anything about insects. I know I get insects in the house and they must die. Is this a 6%? Didn't mean to do that. Let's go back in there and hit that reset button. It's a very rare thing for me to do. So this game again, this is a game that I remember, I think a friend had. This kid, his name was Jarrett, if I remember right. I just remember playing it with him a lot. I don't know if he had it or we just rented it. I'm pretty sure he had it. And I think he got stuck in it like maybe in like the second world or something like that. And like once I found out he had the game, like after school every single day, like we'd go to his house and just sit there and play 2 players. Try to get through it. It was fun. But I've honestly never finished the game since like the 90's. Do that. I'm just trying to get a sample of the game, not trying to play the full game, man. Where there are things down here. Thank you, game. I'm really good at scavenger hunts. Be the rhino. I didn't know that these things here were even the thing that you could do in the game. I feel like I must have played this game a little bit by myself or something like that, because I remember playing the game with this kid, and then him doing some of this stuff and me being like, whoa, and then me trying this stuff and him being like, how did you do that? Like, with the spider? You get it's funny because it's a vital skill. Maybe this is why, we had issues finishing the game, but like, you get the ability to spit webs. You shoot webs that you can walk across, and like, it's just something that's not super obvious. If you're used to playing platform games, like, you're used to using 2 controls maybe. So having a game where it's like all of a sudden it's like, no, you can also do this thing here too. It's really weird. Clear MVP character in the game. It's supposed to go the other way. Makes you wish this game had like a Mario system, like, you know, the more enemies you hit, like, you get extra life or something. There's no time. Must keep going. I do like the enemy design here. I gotta give it that. Not so much of the little, you know, insects or whatever, but like the way that they, like, that's an enemy I think from Donkey Kong Arcade. Man, but they just changed how it looked. Like, it was originally just like a little crocodile head walking down the ladders, I think. Slow down, dog. Set ready to twerk. 100% ready to twerk. If this is a modern game, character would be twerking. If somebody told me that, like, you know, in that, wasn't there a Donkey Kong Country or a Donkey Kong cartoon? I don't know. There's a lot of cartoons that I forget exist, like the Kirby cartoon. It's called like Back At Ya. It's like, why? How did this cartoon exist and then also have a subtitle? I was like, I don't know anything about it. Anyway, I feel like there was a Donkey Kong Country cartoon. I'm referring to it as country instead of just Donkey Kong, because I feel like if it was a Donkey Kong cartoon, it would exist in the 80s. It would have been on there with, like, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I used to love making that sound. That's a silly sound. No, see, Donkey Kong Country is educational because it teaches you how to spell. When you spell Kong. You know, the background here, back in the 90s, looked so sick. Like, the fact that, I think the level, if you haven't noticed, I do believe the time of day and the level changes as you go through. That was super cool back then. Whoa, he pulls out a boombox and his sunglasses. He's so cool. I wish I was cool like him. Wish I didn't have to wear pants. Damn, it's not even midnight yet. Feels like it is. Alright. Yeah, this is another one of those games that I could accidentally play. I will play it until I get to like halfway through World 2, where they start doing all the weird balloon stages. And then I'm just like, I don't want to ever play this game again. So this game with garbage. This radical flip. Here we go. This game. I was playing this on Switch. I own it on Super Nintendo. This is a game that I loved as a kid, and I always flip off of as an adult. And the problem is, I came to the conclusion, the levels are too long. What I want from levels in my platformers is I want a level to be a little like maybe like 2 to 3 minute thing or whatever. You just kind of like go through, you run through like, oh, cool, that's a cool theme. Oh man, you got to look out for this. This is crazy. And then you're on to the next thing. It's almost like an ADD approach to game design. But then when you play Mario World 2, whatever, Yoshi's Island, some of the levels to me are like 7 to 10 minutes long. And it's just like, oh man, I want this to be over. I would still say, it's a fundamentally good game. No problems with it. It's just the thing that, like, depending on my mood, this game can really rub me the wrong way. I loaded up Yoshi's Story, the N64 game, last night on my Switch. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I hadn't played that game since it came out, and I remember thinking the game was really cool. And then seeing reviews of the game, everybody was like, that's like a 6 out of 10 at the most. And like playing it again is like, oh yeah, no, this one is actually bad. Which made me realize like Mario World 2 is not that bad. I don't think I ever thought the game was bad. I just think it's like it's kind of like meandering. It's probably the right word for it. Love the setting, love the tone, love the introduction of Baby Mario. Love the egg throwing mechanic and everything else. It's just like there's certain parts of this game where you're just like speed up. Look at this art style. For a game that came out, this is 1995. This is the number 2 game from 95. This paradise is Yoshi's Island where all the Yoshis live. They are all in an uproar over the baby that fell from the sky. Wait, the baby seems to know where he wants to go. The bond between the twins informs each of them where the other one is. The Yoshis decide to carry the baby to his destination via a relay system. Now begins a new adventure for the Yoshis and Baby Mario. I think this is really cute introduction music. Cute intro. The first time that, like, you got Mario in the game, we're not going to count fucking Mario as missing. Get that ass banned. It's the first time where, like, Mario is in the game, but is not, like, this is Yoshi's Island. Everything's a little bit different. Everything's a little bit wacky here in Yoshi's Island, man. Yes, the thing I was bitching about the other day, the dreaded way that fucking platform games like, now we're gonna design this trampoline thing where you have to like time it weird. That has got me killed so many times in the first game. So that was a little introduction level. I think these levels are super long here. So we're starting now. 33 minutes into the stream. Oh no. That was about 3 minutes. Not too bad, I guess. It's just, I don't know, man. Even that level felt like it's just like, it's not as snappy as I wanted to be. It's like your pacing just slows down so much. It almost reminds me of when you used to see the old the blast processing commercial, like where they're comparing like, you want to play the stupid babies game, and it shows like Mario, and it's Mario in Mario World just kind of like jumping around and floating. When you want to play something cool like this, and it cuts like 30 seconds of NHL hockey. I think this level actually, maybe it's not this one. Maybe this one. This is the level with the helicopter. Let's see if we can. Let's say speed run. Let's see if we can get to this shit faster. I need those so I can break through shit. Yes. Yes. Alright, I'm going to explain a thing that's happening in this game that you're probably not noticing if you're just watching it. Hey, this is this game. And it's a little thing that just like, it slowly, as time goes on, it drives you crazy. It's like when you play a horror game, and you die in the same section a lot, and this pacing thing that happens, and you're like, stop. So this game does this shit right here. It's like, alright, you're transforming into this new thing. Oh man, that's cool. But then when you go in here, it slows down there. Then you go out, and then it has to like load out of that too. And it's just like, there's so much just like, still stopping. Even when you, like, check out the animation for going to the pipe. Like, instead of just going down, like, there's a little, like, I'm going to crouch, and then there's gonna be a little bit of time, and I'm gonna lay down, and I'm gonna go down. 2 minutes. Do one more. This breaks my policies. Like, I can't really stream old PC games, and then RPGs are also going to stream. 1995 RPG is the best game on this list. Game that this person has. Can't disagree with him. Eve of Chocolate. I'm really just trying to get out of this section here, sorry. Feel like these. His name, Tommy Lee Jones, in fucking The Fugitive, is like, oh, but you're missing the point. I don't care. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to finish the level. I'm here to stream the game for a little bit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Rich? Fucking baby back. My baby back. There's no bonus. I love gambling. Favorite thing to do. Baby. You'll do this. I do think the game has some pretty neat boss fights. I'll give this game that. The game overall, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just the fucking pacing of the game just like, oh man, it just drives you crazy sometimes. Like, I want to keep playing the damn game. Let me play the game. I'm just like, all right. First, let me show you my cool graphical trick. Hearing the story for what they did with that, like, it looks like it's a 3D model. Like, no, we just scaled some sprites really fast or something. Wow. This thing over. Spooky monster. Ouch. I could do some cute stuff with these bosses. Power. PCP. Notice it's happening. I didn't for the longest time. I was like, oh, that's confusing. Why does this thing happen? It's because these are critical damage. Like, no, it makes sense. It's happening. It turns red because his pants fall all the way up. He gets embarrassed. That's cute. I didn't notice that before. I was like, oh, why does he just turn red randomly? Yeah, okay. Backing out of there. Yeah, whatever. Sure. All right. Number one game is an RPG, 1995. Final Fantasy VI was the top game from last year, so that could only mean one game is left. It is Chrono Trigger. Look at this. Let's see the box. New images. Look at that box. Look at that badass box right there. I used to sit there in the video store and be like, man, what kind of game is this? Because I had played Earthbound. And then, you look at the back of the box and like, whoa, you get to go through all these time things? Oh, man, 32 megs? That's like so many megs, man. I just want to see the intro. The game, Chained Echoes, I believe, RPG that just recently came out. It's on Game Pass. It's pretty cool. It's like a throwback RPG. Starts off with something. There's a direct copy of this, but it's its own twist, and it's really cool. This blew my mind. Seeing birds flying and a little that going off over there, and it's like, oh, there's clearly a party or something going on. There's a celebration happening. And this is how you start off an RPG in the Super Nintendo? Like, wow, it's neat. And Square at the time apparently just loved doing like big panning shots of their opening things. Chrono. Oh no. Good morning, Chrono. Sleepyhead, get up. This ball makes such beautiful music. Oh, you were so excited about the volume fair that you didn't sleep well, did you? It's such a vibe. It stretches. Repose. Look at this, man. This is fucking beautiful. Like, looking at the sprite work here is like, yes. Ah, yes. This is a game that I remember renting and being like, this is pretty cool. And, I didn't rent it again. And then, I think after Final Fantasy VII blew up and I got into emulation, I started playing this game again. And I remember we had a dog, Josh. Josh was a big dog. Josh was, a great dog. And we had another dog, Macy. Macy was younger. Macy was very protective of me. She was always all over me. Anytime I was doing anything, she would move me in my lap. And I remember, like, it was a Saturday, I think I'd been playing Chrono Trigger on the emulator. Like, I'm gonna actually finish this game this time. And it's like 99, 2000, something like that. And I was in middle school still. And this is important. I have to say this before I go down these steps. Very important. Anyway, I remember playing the game, and back then, all of my friends, including me, we all used save states all the time. That's just what you did. You're gonna play a game in an emulator, just save state. Why not? And I wanted to play the game how it was made. I was like, using save states makes some of the fights easier because you can go back and change your decisions without having to like replay stuff. So I was using save states for the first 3 hours, and then I stopped And I had played that Saturday. I had played like 6 or 7 hours of the game, and was just hard saving, whatever. Turn the game off, go back to it, whatever. And the dog like jumps up on me. I think my mom yelled at the dog, and the dog jumps in the keyboard, hits the load state button. Loading the state overrode my hard copy state that I had, and I lost all of my points. That was the first time that happened to me in a game. Like, that devastated me. I didn't finish this game until the DS version came out because of that. Because anytime I played it, I remember the intro. Oh dear, I've forgotten her name. But the thing is if you notice now when I play games, I tend to like reset the progress if I forget what's going on, because I would much rather just play the game straight through. If I play a game, say if I play this game and I get 4 hours in, and then I don't touch it for like 5 days, I come back to it, if I forget the slightest detail, I will just start over because it doesn't bother me anymore. Because also, you start learning stuff, you're like, oh, well, that's 4 hours of that time, my first time playing the game. You do the game again, it's like, that took me like an hour, so that's nothing. You get the motivation of seeing the full story, too. My allowance. The fact that you can talk to her and I can just fucking move around, that's wild. I just left, the text was still there. Game has such a great soundtrack for like a Super Nintendo game too, and then just a really, really, really cool game, man. Only Fritz would return the flavor. The favor. I guess this is just the thing that you can do. I've never done this. I don't know why you would. Oh well, I guess I just hate money. Can't imagine why you would ever do that as your first thing you're doing a game. I take the ferry every chance I get. What a strange thing to just volunteer up to somebody. Look at him slipping away from us. It's so sad. Ah, I run this town. I'm so rich, I don't know what to do with it all. J. Jonah Jameson. Dad loves money more than he loves me. The person I hate the most? My dad, of course. Everyone says daddy's greedy. They're lying, right? Years ago, a woman named Fiona died trying to save the great forest that once flourished to the north. How sad. I would just sit here, like, just listening to this music and just be like, man, give me another drink. I'm role playing here. I have so much to think about being 8 years old. Jeez, I'm getting older. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Can I just fucking walk? Can't go up there. Welcome to the Millennial Fair. Fun. Nobody called me a snowflake. In Square, they say people who release bell ring will have interesting and happy lives. It doesn't blow up like all the others. Yes, this man. That's everything off. Just between us, I heard that the king is distressed over his tomboy of a daughter. Just once, I would like to see how wild she really is. So sorry. I'm sorry. I'm offended. You want to see the festival? You live in this town, don't you? I feel a little out of place here. Would you mind if I walked around with you for a while? You're a gentleman. Mash that A button. Well, anyway, this game is a classic. As you can see, part of the reason I don't play RPGs is because you play them like this, it is very hard to, like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You didn't get that far in that game. You really make it to the first actual, like, huge revelation. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna, speaking of RPGs, on to 1996. Another RPG. It is none other than Super Mario RPG. Hooray! This was the first game a lot of my friends had played as an RPG. If they didn't play this, they played Final Fantasy VII because of the fucking commercials. People knew Mario, and it says, like, people said, Super Mario, what's an RPG? And I try to explain it to them, you know, as a veteran gamer at the time. You know, I played Earthbound, and I played a little bit of Final Fantasy II. I knew all about RPGs. Just press the A button a lot. Nope. Nope. This was cool. I mean, whatever. There's the Mario and Luigi games, there's Paper Mario, all that stuff. The thing that this game did that was different is, like, it's like a really good introduction RPG, but it also made the combat, like, fun. Combat and defending, like, you had to actually time stuff and pay attention to what you wanted to. You could skip it if you wanted to, but if you pay attention, like, you know, you jump in an enemy and you time it right, you get, like, a double hit or a critical hit or whatever. So instead of just mashing the button and just waiting for something to happen, like, a little more active. I mean, at the time, also, it's an RPG around Mario, and there's a twist. I don't remember what the delete progress button is. Why do I keep doing that? Super Mario. Super Mary. I remember my friend, like, she went to like Vermont for a vacation, and she had a necklace, or like a little, what do they call it, like a lanyard for her keys, and it was a picture of Mario. It was this really cool drawn thing and everything. I was like, is that official? And like, I looked at the name, it was the Super Mary Brothers. Interesting. Uh-oh. Hey, someone's about to get kidnapped for no particular reason. After this is how the game starts off is so cool. And then where it leads to is like wild. Because of how it starts and where it goes, it leads to you not really knowing where the game's gonna like end up at, which is really neat. I mean, you played a billion Mario games at this point, it's like, you know, you already know how Mario works. That right there is paying attention to the inputs. So if you just press the attack button, it only does it once. If you press it twice, block attacks there too. Press it twice at the right time, you do like a double hit, and you get other weapons too that do other things. Super cool. Just a moment.
Let's rock. Dang, those alien bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride. Cool. Cool. Hail to the king, baby. Come on. Don't have time to play with myself. Come get some. Come get some.
Grand Prix. Select your player. Yahoo! Select map.
What have I got? 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 What have I got?
Oh, Mar. Hey, what's up, dude? I'm playing this list of like the top games from the 90s. I don't know who made this list. It's just listed as the top 10 games from each year from the 90s. So I'm in 1996 now. Just missing a handful of games. Like the PC stuff just does not want to load for me. So I am on 1996. This is number 5. The regular version of the game is number 5. Whatever. You know what I mean.
Resident Evil.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
Found it?
No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
This is the best PlayStation acting next to Mega Man 8, I think.
It was Bravo team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
Hey! Come here!
Joseph!
No! Don't go! Jill, run for that house!
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker.
What branch of service just lets people go out into missions like this? Even with the police, like, what are you doing?
Resident Evil.
What is this?
Wow, what a mansion!
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert!
Just like real life.
A dining room. What? What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this. What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being. Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time, I'll be there.
Lived. Cost. Get that leech seed. Just looking for the fucking flower. I didn't remember that at all. He was trying to get to the first town. He was tussling. I remember getting this game and, you know, watching the cartoon because all the kids were talking about it and wanting to get cards. They could never find cards. So excited when I got my first Pokemon cards. And I remember getting the game and I got really into the game, but the problem is I had a Super Game Boy. I didn't have a Game Boy. I had one from way back when, but it got stolen like the same year I got it. So, when people were playing it and trading Pokemon at school, I was always bummed because I had made so much progress in the game on my own, and I wanted to do the same thing, but nobody would let me use their Game Boy to trade with anybody. So, I bring my cartridge to school and be like, "Can somebody trade with me?" He's like, "How are you playing? I don't have a Super Game Boy." A what? Wasted. Keep accidentally fucking going back into these things. I don't want to know about the different Pokemon. How to color Pokemon. I'm good. Good, my dude. It's parcel. Yeah, so it's not gonna buy anything from him. No potions are all sold out. This is 1996. This is the second rated game in 1996. Here's one more above it. We'll go back to town and then we will see what that last game is. It is not a shock. It is to me it is one of the most important. This is too, but I think the other game is significantly more important. Or maybe I'm just biased. I don't know. Ada. Jay, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems I like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What? You have something for me? Ah, the drugs. What did you call me for? It's easier. On the desk there is my invention, Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Jay and Red, take these with you. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't do it. Not even fucking trying. This dude's like 30. He's like, I'm fucking washed up. Gotta retire. My dream for me. I want you two to live out my dream for me because I don't feel like doing it anymore. Jay, I hate to say it, but we don't need you. I know. I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Jay, ha ha ha. The fact that this kid's sister just has town maps, and that's just where you go to. Then again, I guess Earthbound had the entire, like, you go to the library and they tell you at the beginning, like, oh, you can borrow a map if you want to. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Here, this will help you. You got a town map. We'll save here. This game gives me memories, man. I just remember being like 6th grade. I remember this kid fucking bullying me, taking my lunch money. This other kid let me borrow his. He had the Pokemon guide, and I remember like I looked at it. I think I borrowed it for like a period, and I gave it back to him. And then, like 2 weeks later, I got called into the principal's office. Like, you stole his book. I was like, I didn't steal his book. I gave it back to him. And like, the kid's parents came up there and they were telling me all this stuff. I think I got like in-school suspension for lying, but I was like, I don't have it. How do I prove to you adults that I do not have the thing that your son is accusing me of taking that he probably gave to somebody else? He probably sold it to somebody, if I had to guess, because this is, you know, kids. I just wanted to see like all the Pokemon, the pictures of them. I thought they looked really cool. Of course, the top rated game for the year on this list is Super Mario 64. Come on, like this game, Oh, it's so fucking good. To this day, this game is
Mario. Hello.
like there's some games like, all right, so let's see, let's go through the top 10 for this year. So number 10, you got Super Mario RPG, Duke Nukem 3D, Mario Kart 64, Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Civilization 2, Quake, Pokemon Red and Blue, and then Super Mario 64. I don't feel like, I feel like if somebody goes back and plays some of those games, like say, let's see, Mario RPG holds up pretty good. Duke Nukem, I've never been a big fan of Duke Nukem 3D. I like the idea of it, but I've just never been good at it. It took forever for Quake to grow. Quake, I think, holds up better than Duke 3D is. Mario Kart 64 is a game that I feel like you have to give the context for, because clearly Super Mario Kart is the first one. That's 2D. But Mario Kart 64 feels like the track design isn't quite as good as it gets later. Crash Bandicoot, it means nothing to anybody now. Like, the series is still kind of around, but like, you know, it's weird because it's like you're still playing a 2D game, but you're just running away from the screen instead of left to right. Tomb Raider, huge at the time, but like when you go back to play the original Tomb Raider, like the original ones, the entire grid-based movement is a little bit hard for people to get used to. Shoot, I can barely do it now. Resident Evil 1, I think, kind of holds up okay if you can accept tank controls. And the reason I'm giving that leeway is because, like, people complain about tank controls back when the game was new. But it's part of the game design to make stuff feel more tense because you don't have as much control as you would in, like, this. Civ 2, I think, holds up pretty good. Quake, of course, Quake is a lot of fun. Like, if you get mouse controls turned on, you know any of the modern ports. I think somebody recently did a ray tracing port. Quake is good. Pokemon Red and Blue, that's the one I started with. Obviously, that's the first one. That was when I was a kid. I think it holds up pretty good. But it's also a super basic RPG. They add a lot more stuff, but I was never into Pokemon breeding and all this other shit, so I just want to play a basic-ass Pokemon game. And there's this game, which we will do the usual. This one, I don't give a shit.
Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Hearing her talk for the first time in video game form on the fucking Nintendo 64. Whoa. And seeing this, and it's like a full 3D thing. It's like, oh, there's no map anymore. And you have to, what do? And like sitting here and getting the Nintendo 64 and having this thing hooked up on like Christmas Day and just trying to figure out how to hold the fucking controller the first time. I used to hold the two outside edges, and I would try to reach over with my thumb and both fingers, which is not what you're supposed to do. But it felt natural to me. It would have been cool if, this is a fundamental game, if they showed you what the controller, like, how to hold the controller. This area, man, like, this is such a ingenious idea, like, doing this stuff here, and giving you the context of like, oh, here's an entire world, like, you don't know what the controls are here. You can figure this out on your own. For me, it was always like, why do you punch? Like, Mario never punched. You got jumping. I know what jumping is. Wow, if you jump 3 times, you do that. Oh. You can do that too? Wow, Mario can do all sorts of stuff. Wow, look, you can make him crawl. Look, the butt stomp. But I'm sitting here and like, whoa, you can climb the trees. Wow, that's so cool. And you can hide in the tree too. And it's like, oh man, you can do, wow, look at that. There's so much stuff that you can do in terms of like movement in this game. That I feel like looking at these other games, looking at following out Crash Bandicoot and Tomb Raider, like, those games came out the same year. Of course they're in the PlayStation, but like this game, just the way that they used analog movement was so cool. And then, you know, you got swimming, which I don't think is super great, but you know, it works once you get the hang of it. I thought the life bar system when I first played this game was something about the colors in this game also seemed like weird knockoff game. Kind of like the vibe I got from Mega Man X. But then you get used to it, you know, you start playing it, you're like, okay, everything's still here. Like, you find Bowser, you see Toads, you see Koopas, Goombas, all that stuff. Stomping on Koopas. Like, oh man, how do you start the levels? And like, I don't know if you just... I guess, let's see. I'm sure you talk to somebody and somebody tells you something. Glad to see you. The princess and I and, well, everybody, we're all trapped inside the castle walls. Bowser has stolen the castle stars and he is using their power to create his own world in the paintings and walls. Please recover the power stars. As you find them, you can use their power to open doors that Bowser has sealed. There are 4 rooms on the first floor. Start in the one with the painting of the Bob-omb inside. It's the only room that Bowser hasn't sealed. When you collect 8 power stars, you'll be able to open the door with the big star. The princess must be inside. So that tells you what to do. The star has no number on it. You just go in here, and there's notes inside here too. Like, this stuff is so cool. Like, you could sit here and play this game forever and be like, whoa, wow, look at that. And not see that and be like, hold on, what's this? And you like come over here one day and you're like, I can read that? Really, you can. I feel like they do this nowadays, that would just be legible. Whatever. And then, you know, jumping into the painting for the first time and being like, wow, that's neat. And then realizing, like, oh, okay. What's that? Getting in here and it's not just a normal level. Like, you have to get to the top of the level. Super cool. There is something about when people get an idea of like how a game should work. I'm not gonna say this was their first attempt, but you know, this is like super early of them just nailing a 3D level, which is like really good. One of the things they did, I think, is they made the game feel fun. I do the clips that he says and the way that he acts and some of the animations, you know, like when he does the long jump. The way he kind of like swings his arms around, that looks fun. It looks fun. The way he slides right there, all that stuff looks fun. Not as by the numbers as some games get. See this thing here, whoa, I think he's huge, I'm gonna beat him. Maybe like make a jump on him. Hold on, you have a new power. Wow, you can grab me right now. I did it. Who do you think you are? I am. That's right.
Here we go!
It was fucking so good. And it's just, it's so... You got the whole story. And the game gives you the whole setup. But then being like, alright, so say if you do that, you're like, alright, well, I've got 1 star. And what do I do? And you go to all the 1-star doors. You're like, alright, well, I've got 3 stars. You go to the 3-star door. And then you can't go anywhere. And you go back in and you're like, wait, there's other levels? And you go in here and it's like a completely different objective? That's so fucking wild. Like, if I load up Crash Bandicoot and the most you can do is like go get all of the boxes, dumbass. Still like, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like, oh, you gotta do a race so you can figure out like how to get in this door. Oh, you gotta get the coins, you gotta try the coins, you gotta figure out which island in the sky it is. You start unlocking shortcuts for some of the sections too. It's just like, so fucking controller, thinking I found a shortcut, I can beat it. I found a way to finally get past it. And then like hitting the side and fucking falling and just being devastated. I played this on Switch and the controls do not feel as good as using this Xbox controller. I'm saying that now.
Here we go!
It's enough of that. That's 1996. Fucking great games. So many fucking great games. Oh man, it's all, you look at the top 10 games.
Start to
This is a
play.
good year. This is a good ass year for games. 97, I'm gonna list some of the highlights that are on here. There are some games that are on this list and I'm like, yeah, that only happened. It's only important because of when it came out. But you've got GTA 1, which is important, but it's not the one everybody thinks of. You've also got Star Fox 64, Diablo, Fallout, Gran Turismo, Symphony of the Night, GoldenEye, Final Fantasy 7. That's a good ass year too. Oh man. All right, well, I think I'm going to call it quits for now because I gotta do shit in the morning. I'm gonna be up in like 3 hours, I think. So I will catch you later. Hopefully I can stream earlier tomorrow. I don't know. I don't have to go to the airport in the morning. So